house buying in 2021. I never thought I'd be making this video. Apparently what you need to buy a house is an ungodly amount of disposable income and the blind trust that your seller has left the house in pristine condition. Hey you guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you follow me more on the Instagram side of things, this video is not going to be as much of a surprise to you, but if not, or if you're new here, welcome. My name is Kristen. I am a K-8 music teacher. I also teach online, and for the past 11-ish weeks, my husband Christopher and I have been attempting to buy a house in the 2021 housing market. I almost said housing crisis because it kind of feels like that. Short backstory so this all makes sense. My husband and I got married back in October of 2019, 3 to 4 months before the whole lovely pandemic started. So essentially we started our marriage in our little 1,100 square foot condo, and it didn't take long before we realized, hey, if we're gonna need offices in the house, which we are still going to need once this pandemic is over, it's time we start looking into the housing market. And we did not start looking for houses back in March of 2020 when this all started. We took a step back and said, okay, what do we need? How much money do we need for a down payment? Where should our credit scores be? Should we save more money for the down payment, or should we pay off more of our existing condo? This property is on a mortgage payment, so we are not renters. We are not in a race against the clock with a landlord, but we did want to start exploring the ideas of shopping for a house. Again, if you follow this channel, I think it was around Christmas, I shared in a vlog that I bought a brand new car, and rather than pay it all in cash, I decided to just put a minimum down payment on it so I could have more money for our down payment of a house. But it was also with the idea that I would put Christopher on the lease as well, so when I made my car payments, it would also help his credit score. We were told to have 7 to 750 minimum scores of credit each. We were told, and it was confirmed, that the banks we wanted to go through to get a loan would not even consider you in this current market if you did not have over a 700 credit score. So we worked on increasing scores. If you're somebody looking to do the same and you want to know ways that people are doing it now, I can tell you that I put my husband on my credit card. You actually don't have to give your partner or anybody you put on the card the physical card. You can just put their name on it, and then whenever you make a payment, that payment increases their credit. So I put my husband on my credit card, I put him on my car lease. His current car has both of our names on it. So we have been slowly but steadily over the past 13 months now working towards this goal of finding a house. So we took care of the credit. We had a really nice amount of money we could put for a down payment. I do believe you want to put at least 20% down, at least where we live. Gets you out of paying PMI. You can look into that if you are looking to buy a home, but either way, we followed all the steps that we were told to buy a house and take that next step together. This would be our first major purchase together. I did buy this property before we were married, so it was technically in my name, so this is going to be something we do together. We've also been doing either side hustling on my end, and he recently got a promotion. So we were able to slowly but steadily build the nest egg for the down payment. Credit scores are fine. Our debt to income ratio is looking great. We've been budgeting. If you followed me on this channel or my other finance channel called The Mindful Millennial, you know I used to do no spend weeks. I would literally budget and do envelope system, and then when COVID happened, I stopped touching cash. So I would do like an online little like PayPal goal, which is like an online version of cash envelopes, and I was just saving as much money as I could. Fast forward to February of 2021. We get in touch with a realtor, the same realtor that helped me buy this place. Side story here on this, when I bought this property, I viewed it on a Friday, put an offer on it that Friday, and owned it or had an accepted offer 48 hours later. So in my naive brain, I just thought, oh,
buying a house was easy the last time, so it must be easy this time.
And my battery died. But needless to say, my naiveness from my past purchasing history made me very blind to the reality of what buying a house in 2021 has been. So again, fast forward, it's February of this year, get in touch with the realtor, we start the process of looking for houses. We decide, you know, our price range, the kind of home we want, the location, the square footage, all of that stuff. And we start viewing homes. We can put them in a little saved folder. We looked at Zillow, Realtor. Our agent had us on her own website, which helped us see houses that were coming soon. And we started finding houses we were interested in, and we set up viewings. Our first weekend setting up viewings, the very first day we were set to go, the viewing was at 4 p.m. We got a call from our realtor at 2 p.m. and she said, viewing is canceled. Their selling agent said they've gotten plenty of desirable offers and they did not need anyone else to view their property. Then we viewed a lot of other places that we actually got to go in and see. A lot of them needed a lot of work. They were not fixer-upper homes, but like the roof was 25 years old. They couldn't tell us when the water heater or any of the appliances had been replaced or updated. There was one that I think needed about 6 figures of an upgrade, not an upgrade, an update, and the sellers were only selling as is. So if you wanted to put in an offer and say, hey, I want to do an inspection, and if XYZ things are found, I want you to replace them, the seller said no. You will buy as is, and these houses were already being marked up $10,000, $20,000. And I thought, there is no way someone's going to buy a house in that condition for that price under that stipulation.
And 48 hours went by, and that house was sold.
Like, done. They had offers in, and I just thought, okay, beginner's luck. We had a rough first weekend. It's gonna be okay. Let's wait for weekend 2. And then same things, very similar. Some of the viewings were canceled. Some of the places we saw, we were like, there's no way someone's gonna buy that. That house will never appraise for that amount of money. People apparently didn't care. And then we started hearing from the sellers, because they're friends with my agent and all that, and we heard that a lot of these were cash offers, meaning people were putting in full offers, like 6 figures, well into 6 figures in cash, and saying, no, we'll take it as is, we don't need any inspections. If I were to ever spend that amount of money, I don't think I would ever agree to just take it as is. To me, that is just insane. I could never imagine doing that. So here we are, 10 weeks later. No, back up. 3 weeks ago, we were actually able to view a house, have 50, oh, by the way, when I say viewing, I mean like 15 minutes in the house. COVID, house shopping is awful. Half the people who put in offers never see the property. So we got to walk in, 15 minutes, see the house. We got to see all the upgrades. They were willing to work with us in terms of home inspections. We sat down with our agent and our approved lender. I should also mention we were approved for a mortgage. And we put the offer in, everything looked great, and I thought, okay, well, the offer's in, it's there. I'll keep looking, but I will keep my eye on when we hear back. My realtor wrote us back, I want to say a day and a half later, and told us the house went $40,000 over asking, in cash, no contingencies, as is. So if the house has problems, they'll cover it, while also paying 40 grand more than they were asking. If it doesn't appraise for that amount, the buyer has to cover that amount. If none of this makes sense, that's totally fine. Just know that people are paying astronomically higher for the house itself and then taking the risk that it needs extra work and won't have the same value.
2,000 years later.
And then this past weekend, it was Greek Easter. So for anybody here who's Greek Orthodox or just Orthodox, happy Easter. I was with my in-laws. My husband and I put in an offer on the way to church. We were very excited. We got to see the house before the trip. We put it all in. We checked with the bank to make sure that the situation that the sellers wanted was able to be done by our lender. Everything looked great. Application in, done. And then on our drive home, like clockwork, we got a message from our agent letting us know that just like all the other houses we put offers on, this one also did not go in our favor. The sellers accepted another offer in cash, well over asking, no contingencies. So to me, 10 months into this search process, now if there are people watching this who've maybe house searched in the past or have been in crazy markets like this, you might look at me and think, oh girl, 10 weeks, that's nothing. You wait. It took me 7 months or a year and a half. And honestly, I never thought it would be like that. And this is not me sitting here going, woe is me, my life is so hard. It's just shocking to me that this is the reality, that the housing market is going like this. And it wasn't just 1 or 2 times, it's been going like this well before our search. I've read multiple articles. I'll put some down below. I'm sure I'll have some here on the screen that just talk about the housing market, whether you're buying or building, just the astronomical amounts of money that they're going for. People always say the market is so hot right now. I guess this is my way of just sharing our update, letting you know a little bit of the backstory. So if you see me on Instagram being sad one day, it's probably because I was teaching my kindergartners our music and got a message when they were working on their iPads or their xylophones that told me, hey, lost another one. And then later I'll hear how we lost it. Our agent usually lets us know, like, hey, I'm so sorry. I heard from the seller's agent and they went with someone else. And then later we'll hear, you know, the offer, what it went for, the contingencies or not. But apparently these days, you just need an obscene amount of money and good faith that your sellers left the house in pristine condition, so there's no need for any inspections. Whew. This is house buying in 2021. If there's anybody watching this who's going through something similar, let me know what's happening down below in the comment section. I also have this sickening theory, and I really hope I'm wrong in this theory. I won't discuss it in this video. If you want to see a follow-up or my theory on home buying in our personal situation, let me know down below in the comments and give this video a thumbs up. I know I normally don't talk about this on this channel, but it is something I'm going through. A lot of the teachers I work with in my school building are going through the same thing. One of my teachers told me she saw a home for her, her husband, and her daughter. So no need for like extravagant homes here. She went to a part of town, put in an offer, and the offer that they ended up going with wasn't hers, and it was $100,000 over asking. Who sees something and is like,
Oh yes, $100,000 over asking. That's the price I'm going to go for.
I don't know. We were always told, you know, have good credit, have good down payment, have good debt to income ratio, budget, save. And it's not like we just decided on a whim to buy a house. We've been saving and planning for this well over a year, and this is the market. So now we get to sit and say, are we gonna keep going on this journey, or are we gonna wait a little bit and see if it cools off? I really don't know. If you have any speculation, also let me know down below, but that is our current 2021 housing situation. Again, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. Subscribe if you have not already. If you want to see a follow-up on what I think would be legal discrimination, let me know down below, but we'll discuss that in a whole other video in case it has to get taken down. But anyway, hope you're having a great week. I hate a great month. And if you're watching this when it first comes out, we're 1 month away from summer vacation. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one.